I know this.
You remember this, Kratos. The memory is vivid. A familiar scene to any that know your legend. A man at the crossroads of a fateful decision.
Oh, the barbarians.
Aye, you've spoken of this, brother. The pact you made with Ares to stave off the barbarian horde.
The day I sold my soul to a god of war. Why show me this?
Well, if I had to guess, probably to make you feel like the piece of shit you are.
Is he necessary?
He's no part of my design. He's either Valhalla's or yours.
At least he hasn't replaced me again. Not yet, anyway. Seems a real charmer.
That's one way of putting it, Ymir.
Oh, I'm back, brother.
Kratos, you made it back. Good. I brought something else to keep things interesting. You're not the only one with weapons from far-off lands, you know. Ready? Be ready! Those who have fallen, carry me!
Brother, destroy them before they reach here.
Why did you do it, Kratos? Why did you pledge yourself to Ares?
I was ambitious. Proud. I could not accept defeat. I crave power.
Is that all? Are you sure? Nothing more to that story? Nothing else under the surface?
Look out!
Blood for blood, Druigar!
Exquisite rage!
Painter!
Arms up! I yield, Kratos.
Very well.
I believe you found an understanding within yourself. Shall we see?
The pool is not only memories.
Indeed. For what is a memory apart from our perspective on it? You know the evils that came of your pact. You know the evils within yourself. Yes, these you dwell on. But it's not that simple, is it?
The horde is vast, brother. What would have happened if you didn't stop it?
Our lands would have been overrun. Our people killed, violated.
People your army was sworn to protect. An army led by you. Did you not feel a duty to fulfill your purpose? Did you not fear for the safety of your homeland? You saved them.
You would excuse my actions.
Excusing them is not the exercise, Kratos. Only accepting them. Accepting that you acted based on what you knew then, not on what was to come. Your motivation and their consequences are far more complicated than you let yourself believe. I think perhaps you have more to process.
Yes. I have much to think about. I will return.
And I will be waiting.
Oh,
first place?
Yes. His voice echoes in the halls. There's no mistaking it.
So it's Tyr's game you're playing? This is all his idea?
A game is not his purpose. There is something here I must see through.
And what is that exactly?
Process.
All right. If it's helping, I trust you both.
We all do. As we trust in Valhalla.
Even after what it did to you.
I knew the rules and chose to break them. I regret nothing.
An infamous act. One they still spoke of in the years of rebuilding. I somehow doubted they meant it so literally.
I'll give you this, brother. Your technique has improved immeasurably.
I needed his power to secure my vengeance against the gods. I believed I had no choice.
No choice? You could have not ripped my head off my body. That was absolutely an option.
And he's back.
But that wasn't the worst of it, was it, Kratos? Killing me deprived Greece of the sun. They were plunged into perpetual cold and darkness. Crops ceased to grow. Famine descended on our homeland. Not that you cared.
Enough.
He is bitter, isn't he?
Morty!
We're about to get zapped.
Edinga grip! Edinga grip!
Oh, plucking a son of Thor out of your memory, of all things.
He's killed through lack of foresight. Far easier to blame others that way, am I right?
I know you are a projection of the mind. But for what it is worth, the death I gave you was unjust.
Oh, how touching. Yeah, not actually worth the spittle it took to mumble that out. Do not do that again.
That is enough.
A little something to remember me by. I truly hope it brings you unrelenting torment. Chills you just a little when they do that, doesn't it? Feels like judgment.
Alright.
Oh, hello, brother. I'm back.
Well done, Kratos. I have another cherished weapon from my travels to show you. Ready to see?
Oh, those are the Egyptian movies.
Be ready!
Yeah, so his first weapon was Spartan weapons. This weapon, I don't know what the last one was.
Great beer, by the way.
Great beer, by the way.
Thank you, watch out!
Angle is your fuel, your edge. Arms up. Tell me, Kratos, truly, how did it feel to plunge your homeland into darkness?
Rag did not intend the land to suffer, but I was indifferent, consumed only by rage and retribution.
That is not what I asked. How did it feel, in that moment, your soul given over to darkness, bringing a darkness over everything you could see?
Darkness come! Your curse!
There's light over there, brother!
Concentrate, Kratos.
Don't tell what to do.
Defend yourself.
Quick side, brother!
Darkness come! Your curse!
There, brother! Some light!
Be ready!
Hey, listen here.
Let our battle clear your mind.
Hello?
Under all your
What?
skill, primal instinct. Darkness come! Your curse!
You better get into the light, brother!
Come here!
I yield. I yield.
Good then.
I don't think you were indifferent, Kratos. I think you were hurt. Deeply hurt. And you handled it unskillfully.
Wait, is that you restoring the sun? You took Helios's chariot and put the sun back in the sky, but sacrificed yourself in the process.
Yes. I fell to my death, and was saved by Helios. But this memory happened before I killed him. My evils were yet to come. What is the point?
That your legacy has always been a complicated one. That goodness is not a destination we arrive at, but a practice. Misfortune may drive anyone to darkness. We resist it only through wisdom and vigilance. You are not so unskillful now as you were then. Better voices in your head, you might call it. I think that's enough for now. You have much to contemplate.
Yes.
Back to the beach then.
You should be proud of your progress, Kratos. See you soon.
This is really interesting stuff, though. Seeing like all these things that he done in the past and seeing his new perspective on it is really quite interesting.
It seems like you're making progress, whatever you're doing in there.
Perhaps.
Listen, I know I made you feel like we expected more of you than you could give. And I just want you to know, I'm not asking you to change how you are or who you are. We had to break the old world to build a new one. Picking up the pieces and putting them together stronger. It's a rare opportunity. You made a difference here. In some circles, a symbol of change. On many days, just knowing that you're a part of the Council is enough.
And other days?
You've earned a voice. How you use it is up to you.
Alright.
Sigrun, inside we encountered a son of Thor.
It wouldn't really be him in there, I can assure you. You have a memory of a past fight, and I'm sure Valhalla takes advantage.
But why him?
I don't think that's for me to say.
Well, something for us to ponder in between melees.
Pandora?
A substitute
Oh, yeah.
daughter. A box full of evils. This one feels important.
This is your blacksmith story, isn't it? His girl was the key, and he died protecting her?
Protecting her from me. I opened that box seeking a means to kill Ares. And what I released.
Pretty much turned all the gods crazy. Thanks again for that.
Quiet head.
Unfortunate. The time I spend in my own Valhalla means you get more time with him.
Kratos, how well did you know the blacksmith's daughter?
Pandora. She reminded me of my own daughter, who I lost long ago.
I'm sorry, Kratos. Even at your most vengeful, you must not have wanted to see harm come to her.
Pandora was innocent. The way she saw things, she could reach me when few could. She deserved better than to be a pawn, sacrificed in a game of gods.
Your regret is palpable. But thank you for letting yourself remember. That is important.
Pretty good.
Time to die, freak.
Oh, no.
Ah, there's the other one!
They got a giant sword out.
Try again.
Nice, brother!
Oh, how precious. I don't think you can be trusted to keep that safe at all. Pretty sure he agrees with me.
Shut up, Helios. Damn. Leave me alone.
Incoming right side.
Untether yourself, then! Last one! Come reach, stupid! No lost souls to be found in this desert. Just a bunch of kill-thirsty reprobates you can't seem to get out of your mind.
Oh, I'm back again. Still not used to that.
Different.
Well done, Kratos. I have one last weapon to show you. I think you'll enjoy it, if that's the word.
Katana.
Fight! Defend yourself. Fight! On your guard!
Was he not like this?
The box we saw you open in the scrying pool. What was inside exactly?
Fear, deceit, vanity, hatred.
Amplifying what the gods already possess. But what else, Kratos? Come on! Arms up!
Right side, incoming!
Come on!
Oh my god. This fucking Minotaur.
Come on!
Eat that shit.
Don't get distracted. Fight! Be ready!
He's the last one, Kratos.
Do you have more of that in you? On your guard!
Yes.
Listen!
Although to be fair, I'm very tired right now. I don't even know how long.
Stop, Kratos. I yield.
A little over 20 hours, though. I know
Hard
that.
fought.
It's my bedtime, Bubba.
Let's see what your mind has worked out.
Yeah, let's see this. I want to see how this gets resolved.
When the evils of the box were purged, what remained was hope, which you chose to release back to the world.
Yes. After everything, you came back full circle to sacrificing yourself.
My death would have been just, but it was not to be.
Yes, you lived, and hope still lived inside you, from that day to this one. One might say you brought hope back to these realms after a long slumber. Box or no box, Kratos. Hope and fear and love and hate exist in every one of us. The question is, which will you choose to let guide your actions? Each choice we make shapes our world.
I see the truth of it.
And
I believe I am ready to walk through that door.
excellent.
Alright, this should be pretty interesting. Young Kratos?
What can I say to you? I remember how it felt to take that throne. All that it meant. And all that it did not. A god of war. God of pain. Of suffering. Of destruction. And Owen said I chase redemption that I know I can never deserve. What does that make me? God of fools. A god of...
God, the music, though. Science.
Hope. When all else is lost.
Oh, he kept the pic. Oh.
You lost everything. And everyone. You became... There is no forgiving you. You chose! I chose. But now...
The one thing you can really notice,
Should I
though,
this same man? Should I sit,
is,
take, proclaim, lead, place myself in service?
the ashes of his past, like, on his skin, really have kind of, like, faded away a bit. Like, when you compare the two Kratoses.
Should I lose everything and everyone? There's to be enough left inside so that I do not become you. I do not know. But I have hope. You are cruel and arrogant and selfish. But you are more than that. You have always been more than what others saw. You are more than that.
Looks like I missed everything. Did you find what you needed? Glad to hear it, brother. We're done here then, so, what now?
Now, I believe I would like to sit here for a while.
It's a fitting ending. You know, that really makes me wonder, though. Let me just turn it down for you guys, but that makes me really wonder, though. With that ending, is that the conclusion of God of War? Because it very well could be, you know? I mean, it's a pretty fitting ending, to be quite honest. I mean, it basically ends right as it began. With a throne, you know? Because that's where his title officially came from, was sitting on the God of War throne. And to have it kind of end that way at the end of this game, it's like, I mean, it's a pretty satisfying, I mean, that would be a pretty satisfying ending. After the Ragnarok story, I did look into, like, possibilities of other futures, of other mythologies, because, you know, there's obviously a lot of other mythologies there's a lot more mythologies out there. The three that they were talking about came from, well, now that I think about it, I guess that's what Tyr's greatsword might have been from, which is the Mayans. But because he said he got it from different lands. But in Tyr's temple in the last game, there's actually like 3 images at the bottom of one of Tyr's, like, what would you call it? Well, just one of Tyr's pictures as you go down the elevator. There's like a pictures of showing what realms he visited, and it was the Mayans, Egyptians, and Japan. Now, between those 3, I feel like Kratos would be so, like, for Kratos to go from this game, like, from Greek to Norse, actually makes a lot of sense. It doesn't make him stand out that much, but, like, if it comes to, like, when it comes to Japan, though, I feel like he would just stand out so awkwardly compared to everything else in that real world, you know? I feel like Japan would just make him look really strange. I don't know. Same as Egyptian, in a sense. Egyptian makes a little bit more sense. But I don't know. Between those three cultures, though, I really wouldn't be nearly as interested, to be honest. To be honest, I feel like they should have done three. I feel like they should have done 3 or 4 Norse games, because I really don't think I'm interested in the other ones. I mean, I'll definitely tune in for like just a Kratos journey sort of deal. Like, I don't know what they would do to make me interested in the other mythologies, because I'm not really that into the other ones. The most, like, I think my third favorite pantheon would be, because my first favorite is actually Norse. I like Norse the most, then Greek, and then after that it would be probably Egyptian. I think those are my top 3 favorite mythologies. But I really wished, I mean, it's too late now, but I really wish they would have done 3 or 4 games of God of War Norse mythology. Just because, I mean, we're in such a weird state now with everything. And I feel like because they cram so much in the Ragnarok story, like in the base game, like they cram so much at once that it almost becomes overwhelming at times. Like, you feel like there's no part in the story where you feel that you should grind for stuff, you know? Like, it's just like everything in the story is just so massive. Like, you have the whole mask, you have all these gods, and it's like there's not really much of a good stopping point like there was in the 2018's God of War, where it's like, you know, you can take your time and everything. Like, if it felt like in the story, you know, you should just keep continuing on with the main story kind of thing. It wasn't actually like that, but it felt like that. You know what I mean? And I think it's just because they crammed in so much of the story. Like, they had so many different story ideas, and they just all got crammed together. And some of the story plots were just kind of cut out, it seems like. Like, they didn't make much sense in the story. I mean, that whole adventure with that mask was completely fucking useless. Like, we don't have any idea why this wooden piece of shit mask is, like, so important. Like, we don't really understand the point of it. We don't understand what the hell the realm tear was. We don't really understand any of it. There's just so many... There's so many things that got kind of... I feel like they did just get rushed and don't make much sense together. I mean, I still like the game a lot, but I do feel like if they would have had a third game, it would have gave more time to flesh out everything, I feel, in a more proper way. And I feel like the third game, that third game should have been Ragnarok itself. Like, that third game should have been, like, from start to finish, just the war for Ragnarok. I think that would have been a better way of doing it. Because Ragnarok is supposed to be like a huge event. It's supposed to be massive. And what we got was not that at all. I feel like the end of this game should have been like near the part where we killed Heimdall. I feel like that should have been like the turning point of the war, and then like we should have you know, I don't know. I can't really think of it much just because, you know, I don't know. I just wish we would have got 3 games, though. I wish we would have got at least 3 games of Norse. It just sucks because, like I said, Norse is definitely my favorite. I mean, it's hard for it not to be my favorite. I mean, there's so many things about it that I like about it. There's dragons. There's the giant serpents. Ymir. There's giants like Surtur and Ymir, which are some of my favorite gods right there. You have Thor and Odin, which are badass. You have Freya, which is like one of my I would say Freya is probably like my favorite female goddess, to be honest, is Freya. Um, I mean, just so many very awesome characters in Norse mythology, and most of them were just killed off screen by Thor and Odin. I mean, from my understanding, Ymir, Skadi, and I mean, there's quite a few that were just killed. Fenrir wasn't even a god, I guess. He became a god technically at the end, but at the beginning he wasn't a god. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of gods that were just completely killed before we even arrived. I think more than half of the Norse mythology was destroyed before we even got in here. But I would have really liked to see a third game. But it's just too late for that now, unfortunately. Let's just see what happens after this. Hold on. Sorry. I had to turn the volume up again so you guys can actually hear what's going on. My bad. Okay.
Well done, General. I had no doubt you would see this through to the end.
Congratulations. I hope Valhalla gave you everything you needed.
Look who's returning from the front gate for once. Something must have happened in there.
I take it this is a good sign.
Freya, I will join you. I will try to be what the people need.
Good. I'm very pleased to hear that. And that you found what you needed here.
I could not have done so without my friends. I am grateful.
Valhalla is at your disposal, Kratos. If you have more you wish to work out, now or later, we will heed the call.
You have mastered Vahalla, but there is still more work to be done. Continue the cycle to unlock more of Kratos' memories and upgrades. Those seeking a challenge, you can visit the Desert of Lost Souls, the Aegean Boat, the Forum, and Valhalla's Upper Realms. There is no end to one's self-improvement. The Legacy Rage Path and special new appearance and armor set for Kratos have been unlocked in both Valhalla and New Game Plus. Oh, cool. So I can actually go into New Game Plus with the shit I have here. That's pretty cool. But that's gonna wrap it up for now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Pretty good ending. Honestly, I think Valhalla. I mean, I might be shooting bullets right now, but I honestly think that Valhalla is actually better part of the game than Ragnarok itself. I mean, it has a satisfying ending. Has a good beginning, with the beginning just being very mysterious. It has a very good middle, being you know, all the memories that Kratos goes through. The fact that we see the actual Tyr, which is really cool to see, and that he's like actually very fucking powerful. You know, seeing that is really cool too. And then the ending just being, you know, Kratos finally becoming what the people need, and for him to put his to face his demons, you know, putting his demons behind him. You know, I mean, it's a very satisfying and engaging story. So much so that I really do think Valhalla is actually better than Ragnarok, which should not be the case considering it's a DLC of the game. But honestly, I think Valhalla, like, so to give a rating on each God of War, like not all of them, just the Norse saga between 2018 Ragnarok and like Valhalla, I would say 2018 was a 10 out of 10. I would say Ragnarok is probably like a 6 out of 10, honestly. And I would say Valhalla is probably like a 9 or just a flat out 10. The only reason that it is, the only reason I could see it as an 8 or 9, I would want to say 9. I want to say 9. I want to say it's a 9 because it does get kind of repetitive, you know. Because if I would have done it, if I on a higher difficulty and died on like, you know, some of the longer parts of the mission, you know, and had to restart from there, you know, I mean that's like 20 to 30 minutes of my time. I mean, granted, it's not all to waste because you do get like points out of it and whatnot, but yeah, I mean you do lose. You do have to restart the process of trying to get back to that part with Tyr, you know. So I do think it can get very repetitive on higher difficulty, but overall, as far as like the story, the content, and everything else, and honestly, like the armors look great. Like I don't know if I showed you guys, but like I was not impressed with the armors in Ragnarok. The armors here are actually a lot cooler looking. Um, like let me show you. Now, obviously, there's a lot of them for the base game, but like, you have this one, which is what you got at the beginning of the game, the Black Bear, uh, the dragon. I actually think that's part of the base game, but I think it looks better here. I'm not really sure though on that though. This armor looks fucking dope as hell. I like that armor. Got the Glorious Sparta, which is basically you can actually look exactly like the other. Yeah, you can actually look exactly like the other Kratos guy. I think. Yeah, you get change appearance too, so you can actually make yourself look like the other Kratos, which is funny. And then you can. All right, look at this armor. That looks pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This is pretty sweet. Apart from the color, but there's another one that's like black. Yeah, like so many of these armors are just not in the game of Ragnarok. They will be now, but these are technically Valhalla sets. Like, yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Look how cool that armor looks. Look how cool this armor looks. This is the armor that we need in the game. Like, god damn, look at this shit. That looks fucking awesome. Yeah. So many cool looking armors. I just not realized that my armor got reset to the normal shit. I'm not really sure why that is, but whatever. But yeah. That's all I had to say for this one. But a longer video, but hey, it's a conclusion, so you know what it is sometimes. If you guys liked, or if you like the video, subscribe, comment, do all those fancy shits on the bottom of the thing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And this is officially gonna wrap up everything with God of War, though. Finally, we're gonna be finally done with God of War. I'm not gonna record me going through the Valhalla thing multiple times. I'm just gonna take my time with it on my own time. Just cause there's not we did the main story, which is Kratos' redemption arc, basically. Uh, you know, that's basically what is the main focus of Vahalla is Kratos. So we already done that story. All the main stuff's done. So yeah, this does actually, for real this time, wrap up everything for Ragnarok. And I'm not too sure if I'm gonna do another playthrough of Ragnarok. Uh, Honestly, I would rather just. I mean, honestly, I'd rather just go through New Game Plus, or I'd rather just get all the side quests done that I have now, and then just be completely done with it. But I don't even want to record it because I honestly don't like the gameplay nearly as much as 2018's God of War. I hate to say it, but I don't. And it's maybe because like the drop near spear is cool and all, but the fact is you lost the unarmed attacks. The Leviathan axe feels so alien now. Like it focuses way more on light attacks. I mean it still has a lot of heavy attacks, but I mean they're nowhere near as impactful or good to use like they were in 2018's God of War. It's just they're just not. The Leviathan axe really lost a lot of its power from 2018's God of War, and I do not like that. I mean, hell, 2018's God of War, I used the axe and my unarmed attacks a lot more. The unarmed attacks on this game are so butt fucking useless. They don't want you to use them. They don't want you to use your fist against enemies. Like, there was an actual there was a lot of enemies in 2018 that you had to use, like the big knight dudes, the ice zombie guys, the like some of the elven guys. You would have better luck, beating them with your fist. This game, they don't want you to do that at all. They just focus on like the enemy's elements. Like, there's not even an actual like button to actually switch to unarmed. I mean, you can just pull out the drop near spear and drop and pull it back again. But other than that, like, there's no other way of doing it, and there's no skill tree for unarmed either. The unarmed tree was completely cut out from the game, and honestly, it really sucks. And the shield is just so much worse too because uh, it blocks a lot less. It's a lot less effective. You have to focus way more on parrying than just simply blocking now. And even the tower shield can't allow you to block that much. 4 attacks and you got, it overheats. Or one big attack makes it overheat and you gotta fucking do something about it or else you're gonna get staggered out of hell. So, yeah, like the shield, unarmed, and Leviathan axe were all just, honestly, just kind of nerfed. And I don't like that because those were all my 3 favorite things. Was just, and the drop near spear does not make up for all the things we lost, in my opinion. But it is still fun. It is still a lot of fun. I just think, like, by comparison, combat-wise, I would say, like, 2018 is a 10 out of 10 for combat, whereas this game is more like a 6 or 7, Probably 6. That's kind of how I feel about Ragnarok entirely. It's slightly above average. Anyway, I've been going on way too long now. Let's just, finish it off, and by just saying, this is a legendary Fountain Titan, and I'm signing off now. Peace.